Tony, that was certainly an exciting end. Have you ever coached in a game with that exciting of a finish?
I've been around for 30 years. I've had a few, but I think that at that point in time, we need to push for the playoffs. So I said, let's just stay with 3 in the back and go forward and trying to win, and it worked out. So it's great when it works out. They could have came back and scored 2, but fortunately for us, we were able to finish.
I also have to ask about how you thought Vicky played today. She seemed immense for you tonight.
She was big. She made some key saves at the beginning when they could have scored. I think we were fortunate not to score early, and that could have changed the complexion of the game. But that's the game. I thought that the concentration, focus for us to do what we needed to do was there, and we talked about it at halftime. You know, we wanted 90 minutes of concentration, then we reduced it to 45, and at the end, it's just the effort from the kids. I mean, they believed, and once they believed, I think that the team found out that we could play. We didn't do anything but try play for 90 minutes with concentration on our part.
After Weimer scored the equalizer in stoppage time, do you think that you guys had another goal in you after that?
Well, you know, a couple of the coaches said, are we going to go with 4 in the back? And I said, no, we need to go for the win. So I was pushing for that, and hopefully by having numbers up, we would create it, and we did. And fortunately for us, we came up with the win.
You talk about the team's resilience. Went down, right at the half, at the beginning of the second half, down 1-0, and they came back to fight.
Well, as you saw, they didn't really get shook up. They kept with the game plan. They didn't. My concern then is, are we going to go into a shell and not have enough offensive power to go forward? We always know that we could score goals. We've done it. We gave up a few goals today. I think we really did a good effort on defending and then attacking. Our transition was great. I think that caught them by surprise. When we went forward, we had numbers a lot of the times, and that's one of the things we've been working all week is transitionals against teams like this. So instead of sitting back in the shell.
Can you talk about how big this win is for your playoff push?
Well, you got to win them all. That's the way we talked about. We got to win them all. So this was a beginning. We're taking one game at a time. We're coming off a tough loss, but we rebounded. We talked about what we needed to do, and they know. That this was an important game, and right from the beginning, I think we went at them, and I think we didn't sit back like people thought we were going to do, and I think that was different. They were expecting probably a different team.
This is the Breakers' second game in 2 days. You sense a bit of a fatigue, especially you scored 2 late goals. You think that might have played into it?
Well, in this league, you get 6 subs, and we also play back-to-back. I think it's using your substitutions and figuring out where you are in the game. I'm not speaking for anybody, but I think with 6 subs, your fatigue has to be managed. I don't know if it was fatigue. I think it was more of we relaxed a little bit after the goal and thought we had control of the game, and we just never, gave up. The resilience was there, and we kept pushing forward. The numbers, if you heard me, I've always said, push the game, and that's what we wanted to do, push the game to them. I think that they weren't entertaining that in their game, that we would come out and attack. So it's a tribute to these guys, and they worked very hard. And Kate doesn't miss those opportunities, and unfortunately today she did.
Finally, I got to ask about did they show you anything different from that game in Somerville a few weeks back?
No, every team has its deficits, and we try to figure out. I think that we wanted to go at their backs. We wanted to make sure that their backs were in the game, and not going forward like they do. So we kept pushing numbers at them to see if they would stay at home, as we say, and they did. So that was, again, something by design. We kept going at them, and they can get forward. They love to get forward. They love to explode the wings, and I think we took that by just coming at them versus sitting back and trying to keep them in front.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Tony.